Oh snap, guys! Hold on one. Oh crap. Hold on 1 second, guys. So I'm gonna have to take the PlayStation camera off because I'm laying down right now. Oh snap. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that.
As we go along, be sure to keep an eye on your team's overall rating. Ideally, of course, it should be trending upward as the draft process goes along. Still a long way to go in this draft, but if you can lock up a few key positions here, I tell you, you're not going to get too far in this competition without a superstar or two. And this guy right here certainly fits that billing. Oh, no need to worry about this guy. Just plug him right into a starting role, and he'll be a massive upgrade. So with a handful of starters already nailed down, you have to ask yourself, do you dare go for depth, or do you just... No surprise to see a few Denver Broncos in this draft. Here's a chance for the second one to come off the board. Where to now? Do you get yourself a... And there's a pick that'll certainly help. Maybe not an impact signing, but you're not going to hit a home run every round. Oh, did they get themselves a player here or what?
Dallas, now I'm smelling like LA. Met it from Miami to the Machiavelli. Left the kids on the belly, left the vid on my celly. Like spaghetti, I'm hitting gas.
Now it's getting to the time of the draft where you really want to get lucky and hope somebody falls. 2 words here: difference maker. That's what that pick right there is.
Then I woke up in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's sunny, California, but nothing like Compton. It's more like Calistoga, and it's hot as Arizona. I pop me up Fresno, hard colder than Minnesota in October. Don't interrupt, darling, I'm in the zone. Why does everywhere I go just remind me of home? You know that state of gold with the bed. Other places come close, but they don't come.
Always a tough decision, offense or defense. It's all about finding the right balance when you're putting a team together. Definitely some options with this pick. Do you take a skill player here, or get yourself some help up front? Whoever's making the final decision here might have a coordinator in each year. Do you go offense or defense?
Fresh off a flight to Boston, got a BZ in Maryland that I piped to.
Boy, you talk about a talented player. This guy's one of the best around.
High as a forklift, handful of goons out in Colorado. Any given afternoon, you can catch a hollow. Honestly, it's the same out in Richmond, Virginia, or California, each state.
Boy, you talk about a friendly turn of the cards. This is a great round for petty to the deep. After the draft's complete, check out the draft summary screen. So there you go. You've wrapped up your first draft. From where I sit, it looks like a pretty good squad. But now it's time to prove it. Take a moment to modify your lineup if you'd like, or if you're ready to roll, feel free to jump right into game number 1.
California, cause there's no place like California. California, A-A-T-L-M-I-A-D-M-V. All reminds me of California, cause there's no place like California. California, California. Nothing like California.
A new era begins today. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is...
It's an old-school battle in the Keystone State of Pennsylvania. The Eagles and the Steelers are underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
Oh, wait, what?
And just a simple, basic neutral zone infraction here, partner.
Yeah, when you're ready to launch and go get the quarterback, sometimes you take off a bit too fast.
A bastard. I can tell you what.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So a little jumpy there defensively. Ref caught him in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now.
And the defensive line controls the offensive front the way we just saw there. It doesn't allow any of the offensive linemen to leak downfield and get to the linebacker.
There goes Marcus Wheaton. Past the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Marcus Wheaton, 68 yards. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
This is taken at his 4. A beautiful fake. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now it's the Boise State alum, DAYY. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards. Courtney Upshaw, the linebacker, brings him down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. They run again with a DAYY. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
That's really...
The 28-yard line. A big play there for Philly. 44 yards. The ultimate speedster, showing that speed in front of this home crowd. They love that.
Made me stand up on that run because right now all I want to do is wave to the crowd. More noise, more noise. You got to reward him for that one. A big-time monster run.
Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. 10 yards still left on 2nd down.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there. When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers, and on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line, but how about that defensive front, creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Tries for Rice.
Wow.
Picked off by Keith Tander. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last round when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
In on the tackle there, Ray Nitschke, and his heyday, it was before my day, it was before, and the ball is knocked out. It's
oh my God, how do you let them get the
like the Steelers were able to recover, and they will indeed hold on to the ball.
Yo, we're all
luck or
over
skill,
the
whatever
ball.
the case
Get that
is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, but the panic that jumps up.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Is this a glitch?
69
Is this a glitch?
And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This one fielded at the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Steelers defense getting ready here for this next possession. Now the interception for them the last time, and that turned into 6 points.
You think during their break they reminded the offense that, hey, we helped you guys
Remember
out
that
a little
guy?
bit, right? You know, they want to see if they can do it again for them. They're putting together an entire team game by how they're playing on defense.
So the interception the last drive, what will happen here? They'll get 19 yards there, and that leads to a Philadelphia first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They go play action now. Wilson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. That could be a downside of putting together a team in draft champions. Week 1, it's early, you might have some of these mistakes.
You're exactly right, because it does take time to build chemistry, trust, right? Understanding where guys are going to be. And I think that's what led to the interception. They just don't know each other well enough yet. That should build up as the season goes on.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
They go again with Blue. Blue hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
Yo, he
It's nice to
blocked
give
him
them credit,
hard.
isn't it? Because so many
And then
times
the
it's
other
more a
guy,
matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Going to throw deep for the end zone. Oh. Jerry Rice, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
Play action. Now Wilson. Letting one go deep for the end zone. This is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
This man done crossed everybody in there.
24-yard touchdown. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. And man, Charles, talking about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Look at that! I got him!
Touchdown.
Look at this. Look at this. How do you catch that? Did he just throw the...
This presentation.
Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break.
I think I'm better.
On the return, it's Niall Davis. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
What's the time? Oh.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possession.
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Paul Soliai in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So I just bring it back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On play action, it's McCarron. And complete on the right side, it's Tammy.
Another one! That's the second fumble today!
We'll set up shop at the 33-yard line.
That's the second fumble today for you.
You look at the guy who crossed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
I'm not quite sure how he wasn't able to hold on to that one in the end zone. A great opportunity lost, but a lot of relief for the defensive guys. When they get into film next week, they're going to want to know what happened. Where was the breakdown that almost allowed a touchdown?
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey
Oh,
Lane.
yeah, but that's like the 1-yard
The
line.
second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
They start the drive with a give to Blue. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And this offense, this new offense, would appear they still have a few kinks to work through.
And isn't that to be expected? It's a unit that hasn't played together a real game before. So they definitely got some growing pains, Brandon. And this one, it cost them 2 points.
This is taken around the 12. Ooh, with a juke. Again with a juke.
He broke some tackles.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down. Not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit. Because
it's caught.
Oh, and he still caught it.
A big play there for Philly. 45 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory? One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number?
No!
Swallowed up been taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Here's Wilson to throw. Backing up. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now 3rd down.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off the drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Jerry Rice with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles have taken the lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Returnable here for Davis. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Steelers, and last time they surrendered to safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
To the air on 2nd down. It's McCarron finding time. Out left here. It's complete to Wheaton.
Oh, man.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words.
Yeah. We're on play. Come on. Hand it off. Hand it off.
McCarron on 1st down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball, and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And Tammy with it over the middle. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And the Eagles with a dime look. 6 DBs on 3rd down. McCarron now to throw. Picked off by Corey Graham.
Oh my God, I thought I just got on a pick instead of actually did pick
timing is
it.
everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to...
I just want to look at that for a second. I want to look at that, though. That was crazy. How did he catch that? Oh, no, that... Oh, no, wait, let me see that again. I don't want to say it did, but then I don't want to be wrong about it. Alright, yeah, I think it hit the ground.
Be someone there, and sure enough, this one's going the other way.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
third down, Wilson. And almost intercepted. That would have been his third pick in this game alone. Instead, fourth down.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth. Here we go on fourth with Wilson. Man open, Rice. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Trying to lay one up deep. He had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally, someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
He's going to go for a big play downfield.
For the touchdown!
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
For the touchdown.
46 yards. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but looking ahead, they just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Extra point now by Boswell. And that makes it a 9-point game. So this drive spans 7 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Returnable here for Davis. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Partner, that defensive line reminds me of something a coach of mine used to say all the time. If you really want it, you'll find a way to go get it. And the defense did exactly that.
So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. My apologies, Larry. I wanted to hear the report. Somebody's in a hurry, so we're going to get them right to quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. Look at the spin. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
No, I can't get the first one.
Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson.
No
escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Shaq Thompson charging hard for that outside linebacker spot. He gets in to drop him for a loss of 12. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's really a difficult task.
And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on 3rd down.
Oh, elbow! He took the pass! Make up for life, man.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
It's incomplete. Took a shot.
Slow him down. Come on, man. Stop trying to steal the man's pass.
A touchdown, but at the least,
he always breaks
a
off.
pretty big yardage total for his intended receiver there, huh?
Yeah, well, when you got a guy over 150 yards, keep chucking it deep to him, I guess.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can get it to him short, and he can make plays that way.
And that's good.
Oh, my God!
Eagles touchdown.
He caught it!
Jerry
I thought that was another pick.
30 yards. And the Eagles add on to their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory. 3
touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Well, that's true. You've said that before. We put our attention now on the Eagles' defense. First and 10. Here's A.J. McCarron. Holding by Wheaton over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. On first down, McCarron. And that's complete to Luke Wilson. A gain of 6 there on first.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. This is the running back, Blue. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. To throw is McCarron. And this is going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Cecil Shorts that time. Now 4th down.
Yeah, most likely going to return. I'm trying to take it from here, but then they're going to
and this one's going toward the sideline. They'll try to play keep away from Beckham. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
is Ajayi. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
Now Wilson.
Oh, come on!
So an interesting call there to go for it.
Look
and
at
now
you.
possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. Boy, sitting on a 2-score lead at this stage in the game. That punter, he must be pretty lonely over there on the sideline thinking, why in the world was my number not called there?
As far as he's concerned, the check will still cash, right? It's your choice not to use me in this situation. But I also look at it this way.
He's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Look at this.
Davante Adams from 19 yards away. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Great corner out there, not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
This one taken from the 7. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence.
Oh, wow!
It's a big play there for the Eagles. 51 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day.
No!
You know, when we get together this year and the Davises and the Gardens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. And then after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall. After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will actually break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Here's Wilson. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
Then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Against the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. McCarron now on 1st down.
That's a pick!
In there, but it's incomplete. Davante Adams, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
McCarron again here on 2nd and 10. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Yeah. Follow him.
And they're play action with McCarron. He's got time. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Surveying the field. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away.
That was a little bit
Wise move there. Looks like nobody open. Now second down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. Now here's McCarron on 3rd. And now another one thrown incomplete. So on 4th down, this will be from 49 yards out. And Sweden will get this one to go. It's good, but there is a penalty marker down. They might be forced to try this one again.
The kicker, defense. The penalty is declined.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. What a spin. He's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
All right.
And now here comes the Steelers defense once more. That interception the last go-around when they were out there, 4 turnovers now for this unit. Pretty impressive.
And how happy are they to actually run back on the field? Most of the time, defenses want to get off the field, but when you picked off 4 passes,
they want to stay out.
They want to stay out there and not just pad their stats, but really give themselves a game to remember and a game to play off of the rest of the season.
And they'll be looking for turnover number 5 now. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and they ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
Now it's a DAYY. So from the 40 to the 45, 5-yard run. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop his shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
That's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Wilson. It's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long, with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride is kicked in. He made a terrific play.
They run with a DAYY, and he'll get it. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
We can't do something. We can't. Dang it.
And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
You can't do something stupid. Because if you do something stupid,
4th down. Here's Wilson.
no!
throws as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the draw.
Oh, come on!
You described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6. They'll look to throw. Wilson snags it left side. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Back to throw. And Adams has it complete.
No!
And he
Yes,
takes it
they
all the way
tied!
down to the 3. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 48 yards. And quickly they get to the line. He's back to throw.
Yes!
There's it's intercepted. Picked off by Corey Graham. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score, and he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
This is a DAYY. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Throwing now is Wilson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he gets it up to the 46. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you can hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
Feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
But depending on the team, they call that an explosive play or a chunk play, the one that they got on the previous one. They tried to go back and get another one, didn't they?
They did, but unsuccessful on that 2nd attempt. And he just clocked it. But the clock wasn't even moving.
Oh,
well, that's one you don't see very often. A wasted down.
See, I always...
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Brad Nordman now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they...
Crazy catch. 3 touchdowns. Oh, God. Twice. him, Corey Granville with the game-winning interception, bro. And then Jerry Rice with that game-winning catch. That big catch took him the game in Jerry. He punted it. To be honest, this man was punting for his first time in the game. And he only punched it. It was like 171. 85. Alright, so guys, that's gonna be it for the rest of this live stream. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, and if you didn't, well then, leave a like and nothing I can do. And if you want to subscribe, if you want to. Don't call me a subscribe, okay? Ever. That's fine. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye.